So today, I think we have planned, so we have to do a hull breach, and then we have to talk to Captain Avery. We'll still do the Mariner. I think we could once we'll see what Captain Avery needs, and then we have to go eliminate the trapper leader. That's gonna be later, and we're probably gonna start the stuff with old Longfellow today. So let's see, where is Captain Avery then? There she is.
Avery. It's hard to believe before you came here, all hope seemed lost. But now we've taken back homesteads. People are finally coming together. And all of it, it's all because of you.
Well, you're welcome.
My people are so mired with their own concerns. I don't think they even realize that you saved us. All of us. Anything I give you or do for you, it just isn't enough. But take this, and thank you.
So rescue diver suit, this is why I wanted to get done with these quests. This allows you to it protects you from radiation and the water. So now this is gonna be useful for when I go, there's like some boats that sank that hold some good armor. It's the marine combat armor. There's like one over there, someone over here. They're all over. So I'll go in the water, I'll swim over and get them. And that piece is gonna help, so. So yeah, so just gotta collect more stuff. Alright, then. I think we can officially say we can talk to old Longfellow. Let me quick check something. If you're, I just hope I'm not muted. Phone. This would really suck if I've been talking to myself for a while. Okay. Alright, I think it's working. Alright, so it was on. My bad. My headset doesn't really tell me if I'm muted or not. I gotta remember the button stuff.
Nice.
Point of interest, okay.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia?
Heard there was a scuffle out there. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leading people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
Can you tell me about Acadia?
Strange folk like there. Call themselves synths. Seems to me they just want to be left alone, to live their life in peace. They've done some good turns for us islanders. The fog condensers, most especially, wouldn't even be a Far Harbor left without those.
Alright, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna come back to him. I forgot. So I'm gonna head back, and I'm actually gonna get Nick Valentine. He has some unique dialogue for this, and I'd rather hear you guys see it, because you guys are gonna point the fact, some really obvious facts, and I'm gonna go. So I think I'm gonna probably hold off on that for now. Then I think. So if we remember from so long ago, we killed Kellogg and we got the pieces of his brains. And we have to go to Good Neighbor to talk to Dr. Amari. So we've already discovered Good Neighbor, or at least I did. I did go in there, and there was a cutscene that I couldn't really get out of. And so, pretty much, you meet kicked out of Diamond City. His name is Hancock. And one of the guys who were there says, hey, you gotta give me all your stuff as insurance, or something like that. So this is a gunner. Gunners are they're like raiders, but they're more well prepared for stuff. They normally have assault rifles and combat armor. I think you mainly find them below in like different areas, I guess. So this is good neighbor. So we got, oh, one of my things.
Hey.
She's a good.
Oh, new face walks into my store, and you're
She's
not
got
even
some
screaming
unique
at
thing.
Right. You let me know if anything
Unique
catches
dialogue,
your
I
fancy.
guess.
Did you say something about people screaming at you?
That's right. Some newcomers have never seen a ghoul before. Can't handle a friendly face, I say. So you need some supplies?
Ghoul? What's a ghoul?
You're looking at one, sweetheart. Didn't have any shelter to go to when the bombs fell. Radiation's kind of the ultimate makeover. Done wonders for my skin. I look pretty good for being 220 years old. Now you buying anything?
Wait, you're 220 years old.
Okay. It's more like 270 years. But don't go blabbing that to everyone. Being a ghoul means you live a long time. You stop counting birthdays. Do you know what it's like being that old?
Actually, I do.
Well, now you're just making fun of me. If you were as old as I was, you would have been around since before the war. So let's hear it. Come on. Tell me what the world was like before the war if you're so ancient.
I had a beautiful house. White picket fence and a lawn with the greenest grass you've ever seen. It was peaceful.
It was, wasn't it? Sorry. Last thing you want to see is an old lady tearing up. Well, you're either the most well-preserved ghoul I've ever seen, or you're the second best bullshitter and good neighbor.
Think she's talking about.
I'm not bullshitting.
You know, if you haven't already, you should check out the Hotel Rexford. There's another pre-war ghoul hanging around there. Well, we should get back to business. What are you picking up?
So that's that was the guy. So if you remember at the very beginning, we were visited by the Vault-Tec representative. That's the guy who was in there. I actually went and got him so I could get more people at my settlement. He can do some. I'm using him right now to like assign him to food, and then that
They
way
don't teach me.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
we can
Cash or
get some
trade?
more stuff.
Let's get started.
All right. So I don't think she really sells anything interesting. This destroyer's chest piece. I might get this. This is actually pretty good. Refined combat armor, but I could probably just upgrade. The one that I have because this is Brotherhood of Steel. I can just upgrade that, and then destroyer. Yeah. Anything else? I don't really think. Nope. And then let's say hello.
Hello.
Say hello to
Everything
Ada.
here is guaranteed to injure, maim, or kill at your discretion. Except me. I only kill when I want to.
Sure.
Alright.
Let's take a look.
A gun for every occasion.
Alright. She sells some pretty good stuff, including a Chinese officer sword. It's a good melee, but I'll get a better one with this Far Harbor DLC. And then Devastator. This is actually really good, but it's 25,000, which is what I don't like. And you don't really have that much people hit you. Fusion cores are really expensive. I'm gonna have to put some stuff into price things, so whenever I buy one. Party started does 50 more damage against humans. This is an upgraded one, so we got a night vision scope with this one. And it's only 14,000. It's a little cheap for for a lot of it. Puncturing sledgehammer. Huh, 50 damage, automatic receiver. Cool. Let's... Just seeing if there was fusion cores, because I think we can actually go and steal them. I don't know if she ever leaves her post. Warehouse, I'm not gonna go in there.
Now, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my time. But a flying ship,
Whoever
Alright.
this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying.
So let's head in here. Say hi to Nick Valentine. So I know a lot of people are probably asking, I should probably take another companion. I think I'm gonna switch over to Old Longfellow since he can get in power armor.
Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Dr. Amari?
Yes, I take it this isn't a social call.
Doctor, it's time for you to reverse death itself.
What?
I wouldn't have put it quite that way, but it's true. We need a dead man's memories. Guy named Kellogg.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. Which with you?
Here's
On my first
what I could
playthrough that I
What's
got,
this isn't a brain. This Wait. That's the hippocampus.
I actually
And
didn't
this
grab
thing
it.
attached
I
to
didn't think
it?
I needed it.
A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Let's
skip to the good part, Doc.
We plugged the brain implant into Mr. Valentine, assuming he's willing to take on the risks.
Hell, why not? Plenty of room in my head anyway.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes.
There we go.
Includes Cognac. Okay, I think this helps silent laser
Static.
damage.
I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was thinking. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Tell me you have a way past this.
Let me think. We load both. He'll act as a host.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Okay. So, I know this is kind of a bummer, but we're gonna skip past all this. If you want to see it,
Inserting brainwave
watch someone
vibration
else.
between the
That's all I got to
transplant and
say.
the host.
But
Mnemonic activity
when
comes from the transplant.
I'll actually kind of
It's
explain it
generated,
on the
but
way.
it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
There's actually only 2 parts like this in the whole game of Fallout. You have something like this, and then something like this for Fallout 4. I mean, Far Harbor.
Appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories, and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
Okay.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Okay, so this is Kellogg as a kid. He's reading some stuff. That's his mom, and then his dad. So his dad's kind of like one of those guys who would get home drunk from a bar or something like that.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
Going up here, you got him and his wife, and then Mary is his like kid.
There. Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
So he actually came from the area. I can't remember what it was called. He came from like California. I think he was in the NCR, New California Republic. This is him. He was a mercenary.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
He's kind of like a mercenary. They killed his
You
kid.
could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you.
They killed his kid and I think his wife, and so he went back. He was kind of like a mercenary who, yeah. And here,
Mind if we sit down?
some guys, the bartender.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
So, get some more work. I think he kind of comes more to the Commonwealth, and
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
this is a kind
It's
of
come
a
to
cool
my
part coming
attention
here.
that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
He was kind of like their hitman.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
And here we go.
Initiated. Cryogenic stasis. Suspended.
So you got one guy working the terminal.
Computers are still working.
So these guys are actually still alive. Everyone here is. This is me, of course. Tapping on the glass. And then our husband, or the primary subject. And the people were actually left here to like starve. They only reinitialized us, so that's how we survived. And if you remember, this one right here. Open the door.
Open it.
I found another intact memory.
And yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Now we start getting more into the future. So
is that your son?
This is a kid, our kid,
this appears
Sean.
to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Kind of some cool armor. I can't remember. I wonder what type of armor that is. I think that's like combat. Maybe like a modified.
Kellogg.
It's okay.
Institute
One of these
Corsair.
days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
So we can kind of go back, and we could have gone through some more, but when you've played this as long as me, it kind of gets a little bit boring.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
Virgil.
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. Nope.
Ow! I didn't...
Give me a second.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna quick finish this conversation, and I gotta take a little bit of a break.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
I'll find a way to get through the rats.
Alright.
Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Alright. So I'm gonna quick take a break, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. Is it working? Sorry about that. My brother was writing some inappropriate things in the chat, and yeah, so let's go talk to Valentine. So actually, this guy I'll tell you about this guy later, but you can find this guy in multiple places. He's kind of spying on you.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
You want to try for round 2, huh? Let's go.
What? What are you talking about?
Wait. Were you just playing a joke on me?
I guess that's for you to wonder and for me and Kellogg's memories to know for sure. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
Alright.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next.
Alright. So we'll head out and then we'll head back up to Far Harbor and head with Longfellow to Acadia. I know a lot of you are thinking that why don't I just go to Acadia by myself? It's actually to get old Longfellow as a companion. You pay him the first time, but he kind of just sticks with you after that if you want him to.
Good neighbor. Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
Alright. So Hotel Rexford, you can get some quests in there. They don't really have that much stuff
Just
though.
like Sammy, too. Sure as hell didn't act like him.
So these guys are a little bit smarter. They actually monitor people. Unlike that area, if you remember, I think it's right up here. Yeah, Covenant. Unlike Covenant, these guys are kind of like monitoring everything, so they can. Covenant can find synths by a program. These guys know what happened.
They got another thing coming.
If something happens, so they can stuff like that. So, Glowing Sea, we won't do that. We're gonna head back up to Far Harbor.
What am I gonna tell his mother?
Bring it on. The others think I'm nuts to be fishing in this dock. But one day, the big one will be mine. You'll see.
This doesn't. Why won't it work? It's like everyone trying to get a drink.
A lot of people got the
There we go. Alright.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia?
Heard there was a scuffle out there. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leading people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
Some parents are worried about their runaway daughter. She went to Acadia and I need to find her.
If someone's headed for Acadia, there's always a story. Yours worth dying over, huh?
Trust me, I've done a whole lot more for a whole lot less.
If that's the way you choose to live, that's your affair.
Look, if that girl's in some kind of trouble, time could be running out. We need your help.
Christ almighty. You've seen better days, haven't you? I could get you to Acadia. But you've got to listen to me. Go where I say, when I say.
Nick could also pass, I think yellow... Yellow charisma. I'll have to...
Let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me.
So I'll kind of take him around for now. So yeah, let's head on out. So we don't really need Rad-X. I think I should probably take one. Honestly, I'd never really, unless if it's like half my health, I don't really take Rad-X that much. It's just a habit, I guess.
To move through the main drag. Old Mountain Trail is where we're at. The fog ain't like nothing you've seen in the Commonwealth. Mainlanders think a dose of Bradaway is all you need. See, the fog can do a number on you. Get you all turned around. Does something to your brain. Trappers were mean to begin with, but now...
Kind of some interesting lore on the trappers.
Here's the mountain trail. You stick to this and we'll make something else here. Not exactly subtle. Keep your guard up. We grow everything extra mean on the island. Still got a ways to go. They usually stick to the fog. Best we steer clear, but you never know. When I was a young lad, no higher than you and me. Eventually rolled back. People resettled, but they got comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memories. All this has happened before.
Is that mole rats? Nope, gulpers.
Gulpers got a fondness for fresh water.
Let's let these guys actually fight. This is kind of cool. Young Golfer. Alright, we got the carrots. That was a legendary right there. Alright, incendiary. Whoa. Those barrels right there. Well, it might be a little bit laggy. Alright, I think that's gonna. Can you guys? Is it working?
Hold there. Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Who's she?
One of them children of Adam preachers. Started off as pests. Now they're more like a menace.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest of snakes. Beasts that subvert the will of Adam.
All right, I'm listening. Tell me about Adam.
Tell you. Look around. You stride through his kingdom. A land blanketed beneath sacred fog. A land Adam has claimed for his children. And you may join our family if he deems you worthy.
Suppose I've got nothing better to do.
Ah. Adam usually prefers those with a bit more fervor. But nonetheless, if you wish to test his favor, seek the nucleus.
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move on.
Alright.
Up ahead, the air's clean. No fog. Acadia's not too far now.
So, one thing just to let you know, I am not gonna turn the, once we get in here, you guys will kind of see, I repeat, I am not going to turn these guys into the Brotherhood.
And we've arrived. Acadia's already been watching us for a good spell. If you want to talk with them, just go inside. They'll be waiting for you. You need my help again, you come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
Maybe later, Longfellow.
All right, but I'm serious about the offer. You ever want to hunt the forests and waters of the island together, I could think of worse things to do. Damn. Can't remember if I had my path this week.
Alright, so we got a new companion, but we're still gonna stick with Nick for now. Level 3. We have 3 level ups so far. We may as well spend them. So I think we're gonna do So they're kind of, a lot of them are kind of locked. So I think definitely that's gonna help. 60 more %. This can kind of help later. Let's put 1 into that, and then let's get some more endurance, because endurance is gonna help, is gonna kind of coincide with this. That way we use less AP for everything. Let's open up and see what's gonna happen.
When I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synthkind welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Few would brave the kind of journey you've had for the sake of someone else. Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed, and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though, tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own. And I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick. It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, if you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
All right, Dima. We'll humor you. Keep talking.
This all started over a century ago, when we were first created. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only 2 prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
I've heard enough. I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
We need to get back to why we're here. Kasumi Nakano.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a synth. If you could indulge me with an answer.
Who or what she is isn't important.
But it is. It's everything. Imagine just looking at your own hands and having to wonder, was I born with these, or were they manufactured? None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie, that someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else. One more question, if you'll indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
How would I even know?
I'm afraid if you're looking for some biological test we can do, there isn't any. None that aren't fatal. Instead, you have to look for the signs, holes in someone's memory, feelings of unexplained isolation, odd dreams. But ultimately, you have to decide for yourself. What do you believe? Have you ever questioned your humanity?
I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure? I don't mean to question you, but what's the first memory you have?
I was with my husband. We were getting ready for the day. I had to take care of my son, Sean. And... well, a lot's happened since then.
But no memories before then? No childhood? Your first best friend? Your first transfer?
It kind of makes you think.
Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that you will be accepted here. Whatever you decide is true for yourself.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
I'm glad to hear it. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase, and I'm sure you're eager to talk to Kasumi. She's usually working down below. Is there anything else you need from me?
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
Alright, I'm gonna probably end the stream here, and we'll start it up after. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys had a great rest of your day.